Street Team, welcome back to Danny TV, where we bring what's going on in these streets to your TV. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Danielle, so make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe because y'all know we're about to go up into my OGs. What's up? Today is the big day for the Impact Atlanta reunion. This was a highly anticipated video on my channel. A lot of y'all reached out and was like y'all loved when I talked about this show. And a lot of y'all said that y'all didn't start watching the show until y'all seen me talking about this on my channel. So shout out to y'all because y'all sparked a little bit more of motivation in me to talk about the shows that I really enjoy. All right, as always, we are having a conversation, friends. Let's make sure that we're keeping it cute in the comments because my whole slogan is keep it cute or muted because sometimes y'all be getting beside yourselves in the comments. So be respectful. We are a community. If you don't agree with me, that is fine. You can voice your opinion, but keep it respectful because keep it respectful. Anyway, I am sipping on Stella Rosa Rosé. Okay, so I want y'all to take a second, go get y'all a little shot, go get y'all some wine, because we having a little girls and guys night and we about to get into this show. Make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. I low-key felt some type of way when I was watching the reunion because first of all, I felt like I should have been able to be a little co-host, okay, with my bestie Kendall. And then I also felt like I was on freaking 2 episodes of the Impact Atlanta. The second episode that I was on, I didn't even point that out to y'all. And they had a whole, guest audience. Hello, I know that my work has been coming across some people that's involved with the show's radar, so y'all could have like reached out and let me know that y'all was gonna have people in the audience because Danny TV definitely should have been there. But you know what, I'm not gonna hold it against y'all. But next season, I expect to be in the audience, and I also expect, in the future to be some type of co-host because I'm gonna get to the bottom of everything. So I actually watched this reunion twice. The first time that I watched it, I had a different take than I did the second time. So the first time I watched it and I wasn't really pleased with it because I'm not new to reality TV, and when I think of a reunion, I think of reunions like, Basketball Wives, The Real Housewives, and stuff like that when they're really getting, into the issues.
This woman right here who writes your checks and mine asked me to come. So it ain't about being thirsty, it's about saving your mother job. I apologize if it hurt her feelings. She's an actress.
I'll give you this right here. For the rest of this time we sitting up here. Get your team to help you out. Get your team to help you.
But the second time I watched it, I was like, okay, I have to have a different approach because first of all, this show was not like the typical reality TV show. The cast did have like some episodes when they all were together, like 2, but for the most part, everybody was in their own lane, in their own world. So the reunion would not make sense to have the approach of how, Basketball Wives or The Real Housewives of Potomac or Atlanta would be, because on Basketball Wives, the reunion would have a lot of drama because, they on there throwing drinks and throwing chairs. But here, it was just a different approach. The reunion was kind of a modern version of today's society based off social media. And the second time I watched it, I was like, okay, this clicks to me because this show is based off social media and what, they are influencers. So they made it kind of a social media based reunion. My initial complaint about this show was that the cast was not really interacting with each other like a normal functioning reality TV show. Usually whether you have beef with somebody or not, this is your job and y'all are gonna go ahead and go on that trip out of town. If y'all get into it, y'all gonna get into it and we're going to film that. I feel like this show wasn't really doing that. It kind of felt like I was watching a more in-depth Instagram story or reel because a lot of the things that we did see on the show, we had already saw that because the cast had already uploaded it. So for the future, I believe that, for season 2, they need to have some kind of rule where the cast cannot show everything they're doing, because when we're watching the show, we like, oh, we saw that, in March. They're telling us that this is happening in April. This really happened in February. Your viewers should not be able to point those type of things out. It was a lot of editing that was going on with the show, and due to that, it almost felt like this show was kind of tailored for Ari and Jada, and then it kind of left the rest of the cast members hanging, because when it came to their scenes, it wasn't all in depth. It was like they kind of threw it all together. This is no disrespect and no shade to anyone. I'm gonna make that crystal clear, because I do like the cast and I did like the show, but I feel like this show has room for improvement. Personally, I feel like I did not see things that I would actually want to see. I felt like it was kind of cookie cutter, and I feel like it should have been more of a day-to-day life of actual real things that they would be doing. I'm not saying the things that they were doing were fake, but it should be more tailored to everybody and not feel like everything was all thrown together. And to validate my point, I'm gonna insert a clip, because a few cast members actually felt the same way.
The whole vibe was to make me look like the sad one, and I'm not even gonna label what they wanted everybody else to look like, because that's not my position. And I personally was in a space in my life where okay, February, y'all, we've been filming this for a long time. February, I had a real big brawl with my family. Okay, I was sad. Cool, boom. It's March. I ain't done with that. We still filming. April, we still filming. They still dragging this out. Then, like, they put shit that we did in August in the front by March.
A lot of the scenes that we did film didn't make the show.
Moving on, I loved how the reunion was interactive, so it showed what people were saying on social media. They had fans there, they got fan interaction, and then they also got interaction from family members that appeared on the show.
Tuson, you can talk about the relationship life on the show and everything. I know you're trying to be a little bit more personal, so I'm trying to see what's up.
I did not like how a lot of scenes were cut from the show, because here we are at the reunion and y'all are showing us a clip of Tay and Tuson saying it's twin them, which was really cute and funny to me, because, you know, Tay is from Chicago. It's giving that Chicago slang. It's a clip of Lakia showing a lot of personality, saying how everybody want to dress like Lakia. Lakia got the long nails. You got a clip of Des talking about how she received some flowers from some mystery guy, yet we did not see that actually on the show.
I did receive flowers from a mystery guy. Yes, I did.
The clip with Des talking about the flowers actually would have made more sense for them to keep, because in this particular scene, they were all at Jada's house, you know, talking and stuff like that. Jada was talking about Lil Baby, so why not show Des, you know, talking to her friends about some guy that sent her flowers? It would just make more sense, especially since she actually was a cast member on, you know, the show. Let's start off with Ari the Don. She's perfect for reality TV, and she is what you call TV gold. She's very entertaining. Even if it's something simple, by you hearing Ari speak, she's gonna amp it up and add, you know, extra emphasis to it, and it's going to make it funny and entertaining, because she's simply being herself. She told us several times she do not care what we think, and she gonna do just her, and she does just that. She's what you call an authentic person to herself, and this show honestly did truly humanize her. On the reunion, we learned that Ari has never had sex on the first night with someone, and we also learned that Sus is not married to Moneybag Yo, even though she walking around toting that ring. She did try to trick us a little bit and tell us, you know, that she was married, but then she soon cleared that up. We also learned that one kid is enough for Miss Ari the Don. I am sorry for her loss with the miscarriage. She did touch on that a little bit, but for the most part, you know, we talked about what Ari said on the show. Her and her sisters are still in counseling and working to build a better relationship with each other, by the way. I love their family dynamic. I would have liked to see more of Ari being this party girl. Like, when we follow Ari on social media, we see her getting ready for hostings. We see her in a car singing her heart out, and we see her and her whole friend group acting crazy, being funny and entertaining in the car. Why did we not see this on the Impact Atlanta? So, you know, if anyone comes across this, which I know y'all be watching, and y'all will, on season 2, we want to see, you know, well, personally, I want to see Ari getting ready for a hosting. I want to see Ari, you know, in the car after the hosting when they all drunk, when they out of town, they pulling up to White Castle or they pulling up to Crystal, they going in the gas station. I would like to see that whole process, kind of like in a vlog style, like the day-to-day life, which would make more sense and make us, you know, like them even more or dislike them even more. In my opinion, Ari did have the best outfit to me. The girls got in their feelings on TikTok because I said, you know, I would have preferred for her to have her hair in a different style. But it's like, baby, don't try to tussle with me. My opinion is my opinion. But I did like the bow crystal top. It was really, really girly. And it was, you know, cute. And it would stand out, you know, stand outish for the reunion. Overall, Ari probably was my favorite person on the show besides Tuson and Tay, because I feel like she was authentically herself. Like, we learned more about her. We learned that she's not the big bad wolf, and I'm definitely here to see things that she will be doing in the future. Ari did share on the reunion that she's going to be expanding Remedy by Ari. She's going to be launching Remedy Swim. And sis, when you launch Remedy Swim, I want to be at, you know, your little party gathering, because Danny TV got to get the content and I got to, you know, show my people. And then she also said that, what'd she say? Child, she said something else. I forgot. Y'all go watch the reunion, because Ari said something else and I can't remember. But those was like the most two important things that she did say. How y'all doing on y'all drink? I'm about to, you know, sip it down. Y'all see the cup, Danny TV. I'm actually turning into just like a wine girl. Like, y'all can keep that hard liquor to yourself. Previous videos, y'all know that Lakia was my least favorite on the show because I felt like she was not showing any personality and we didn't know anything about her besides the fact that she had issues with her mother and that she was on quality control label. I honestly feel like for quality control, and this is no shade to be over this show, they kind of failed her because it's like, we ain't learned nothing about her. You know, I get on TikTok and I see her on TikTok and she just over there showing more personality. But Lakia redeemed herself for sure at this reunion. She showed a lot of personality and I was here for it. She touched on the subject about her mother and then she kind of moved on. Like the interaction between her and Ari, I thought it was good because they both kind of shared that maybe it can be perceived as masculine energy, and I'm not gonna say masculine because I don't want to call them men because they're not men, they're very much women, but that boss mentality, like I'm gonna get it by any means. They both kind of like, you know, share that kind of energy, like I'm the head honcho, I feel like. And I kind of sympathized with Lakia just a little bit more because I ended up finding out from the reunion that Lakia was a Pisces and I am a Pisces, and we kind of just be like in our own little world. Like we just be trying to get money and go on about our day and just be literally in our own little world. So it may come off like if we being quiet, like we being kind of standoffish or maybe mean, but it's not like that. Like we literally be just, I don't know, in our own little world. I loved, literally my favorite part of when Lakia spoke was when she said, having a person saying that, you know, I'm this zodiac sign is not a personality trait. And I was like, go on, Lakia, you know what? You just earned some cool points over here because I literally say that all the time. For season 2, I think it would make more sense for if Des does return, Des and Lakia to hang out because Lakia is established in her career and, you know, we know that she can rap. She good in that department, but her issue was, you know, trying to be more of an influencer and humanizing herself. I feel like Des is good in the influencer department when it comes to fashion and social media. So she should give Lakia some tips about that. And Lakia can drop some gems to Des about the whole rap game. So for season 2, it would just make more sense for them, even though they're not friends, to have scenes together and network and stuff like that. Because in season 1, they were saying like, okay, Jada was Lakia's mentor, and it's like, granted, I'm not gonna take away from Jada because she is like a it girl and an influencer, but why would Jada be Lakia's mentor. Like, Jada is not a rapper. Like, Jada doesn't make music, so it honestly would make more sense for her and Des to hang out, if what I'm saying makes sense to y'all. If y'all agree, let me know in the comments, okay? And toast to that, take a little sip to that. Tuson showed up at the reunion, baby, and it really was the Tuson show. Honestly, the Impact Atlanta was Tuson show for him not to be a main cast member. I love how Ari embraced him and gave him a little speech and, you know, was just being supportive of her friend. Tuson did announce that he has a hookah line coming out, because y'all know one thing about it, Tuson gonna have some hookah, whether he in a grocery store, the gas station, or in the car. Baby, Tuson is gonna have hookah. That's Mr. Hookah Man. I just want Tuson to be a main cast member on season 2 because he has such a good personality. And I've actually met Tuson in person before, and he hella cool.
Subscribe, sir.
Des was pretty chill at the reunion, and I am so happy that she showed up, even though Jada did not show up. Like, I love that for Des. Yeah, show up, get your coin, get your bag, because you were a cast member on this show, and you don't have to do what other people do. Personally, I feel like this show wasn't just drama filled like the other show. And I feel like Jada should have came to the reunion. Like, you should have came. Y'all would have had that little conversation to address the sneak dissing he was doing online and what was going on and what was said, and then everybody would have moved on. And then especially being like a businesswoman, and I promise y'all, no shade, if you are like real life signing a contract and you're on a show, you cannot tell a show, I'm not coming to a reunion. Like, usually they put up a message with you saying whatever. Like, that is just not how the real world work. But it's like, this was a new show, and I guess they still learning. But for future reference, like, your cast members need to show up even if they don't vibe with the people that's on the show. Like, you have fans, you need to show up, because it wasn't even that type of party. But anyway, I don't want to take away from what I was about to say about Des. I feel like Des was kind of on mute at the reunion. Like, she did speak and she said some things, but for the most part, she was being kind of reserved. And it's like, baby girl, we need you to open up a little bit more. Like, on her YouTube, she be popping on that YouTube, showing personality. She's showing us how she put fits together, her day-to-day life. This is the Des that we should have saw at the reunion. And this is also the Des that we want to see on the Impact Atlanta if she returns to season 2. And now what I will say is, Des, you better show up to season 2. Like, I know in my last video I was like, blah. She was being kind of dry. But I feel like she should come back and redeem herself and show us who she is without her friend. Because at one point in time, Des did do an interview saying, you know, she didn't want to be in her shadow. And I feel like she's kind of separated herself. So come back to season 2 and show us who you are, like you show us who you are on your YouTube channel. She did say that the Stone Cold video will be filmed in the spring. So show us more of what you show us on YouTube is basically all I have to say about Des. She was pretty chill and quiet at the reunion. Like, she said some stuff, but she wasn't just like very talkative. So open up a little bit more. It would have been nice to, you know, give us a little clues about who sent you the flowers. You didn't have to be like, oh, so it was a mystery guy. But you could have been like, but he a basketball player, he a football player. Like, girl, give us some clues and let us be intrigued. Like, I know you got it in you. You from St. Louis. I'm a St. Louis girl. You got to put on for us, Des. Not saying that she hasn't. And again, no shade, but go a little extra mile. What I will say about Des is that I like her determination, because no matter what the people say about her online and her rapping, sis gets in that studio and put out music, and she keeps going because she is, you know, doing that somewhat on her own. So I'll give her props for that. We had to say the best for last, okay? And this is my Pisces brother, my Tay. Now, Tay, stop playing on this here reunion, because he was being very reserved, and I am not used to Tay being reserved, but also I am a Pisces, and I kind of understand it, because sometimes, like I said, we just be in our own little world. We can just be happy and sitting around people, and we just thinking about what we gotta do. So I kind of get it, but I was also like, okay, Tay, open up, because when you be on Instagram, you be popping your stuff, you be very active, hella funny. Why you wasn't like giving that at the reunion? Like, he did talk, but I feel like the reunion was kind of Ari, Lakia, and Tuson show. Tay opened up a little bit more about his shop and he did say, you know, he doesn't want to open up a shop and then have to close it. So he's taking his time to build, but he does have, you know, his hair care line out for season 2. I would love to see the Flawless Experience. Let us know how, you know, celebrities book with you. Show us when you're literally doing freaking Kylie Jenner, Lori Harvey's hair. Like, the experience when you are meeting people that you like for the first freaking time. Like, I would love, like, I know Tavy online talking about Kim. I would love to see him do Kim's hair and put that on the show. I don't know if Kim would do that though, because you know how Kris Jenner be. But show us a little bit more, like, how do these celebrities book with you? How do you pick the hairstyle? You know, he the president of all the baddies. How do you be getting your friends to go along with the hairstyles that you want to do for them? And you know, take us along with your day. Overall, I think for season 2, it needs to be more vlogish format. And it needs to make sense, and the cast needs to actually interact with each other. We cannot say that we're on reality TV and you got this group here, this group there, and then they come together one more time. Like, it needs to be more group activities. Do not group what happened in January with July. Like, make it make more sense, take more time. I'm interested in seeing who they are going to have on the show to replace Jada. Again, I do believe that Jada should have came to the reunion, but that boat has sailed. It is what it is. If you guys were looking for drama and looking for them to address the Ari versus Jada narrative, they did not address that on this reunion. It was very classy and chill. Let me see what you guys are saying online about the reunion. All right, 30 seconds ago, someone said, I'm actually really annoyed that Jada ain't go to the reunion. Like, girl, you are the face of the show and the only reason that I'm watching. Why the Impact Atlanta reunion not trending? It must be bleep. I really hate that Jada did not attend the Impact Atlanta reunion. I did like, even though, you know, Jada did not come, that they didn't center the reunion about her, because they do have other cast members. Okay, someone said they edited Jada out of the reunion completely. She didn't show, y'all. Like, okay. Des to give hater vibes on the Impact Atlanta reunion. I could punch her. Ooh. I could punch her and Jada in the face, because what be y'all problem for real? Jada not even on her, and I want to slap her too. Like, okay, this is a lie. Yeah, this is a lie. Not reading that. I love the energy on the reunion right now. Glad the negative. Oh, y'all is on her clowning. Well, you know, I ain't gonna censor what y'all saying on Twitter. I love the energy on the Impact reunion right now. Glad the negative person is not there. Shall look. This is their first ever reunion, and they had a great program. They anticipated the talent being nervous/dry, so they had a lot of fan engagement. Next season will be better as the talent becomes more comfortable. And I can get with that. Like, this is their first season, and I feel like they're learning how to do stuff, especially with it being with BET Plus. And VH1 actually did pick the show up, so I feel like if VH1 is involved, they're not going to be playing their games. Y'all going to be doing everything together, and we're going to do this the right way. Reunion wasn't hitting on nothing, to be honest. 5 out of 10. Watching the Impact Atlanta reunion, and I really love Ari so much. Like, when she cry, I cry like my sister. I really feel her pain, and I feel like she deserves so much love and success. That's my baby. Oh, that was like really, really sweet. I'm watching the reunion, and it seems like some animosity between Ari and Lakia. I honestly do not think it's animosity between Ari and Lakia, because just kind of being on the scene in Atlanta, one thing that I can say is that Lakia literally shows up to everybody's event. Like, all of them, Lakia shows up to everybody's stuff, and I like that for her. So I don't think that it was like animosity. I feel like we wasn't used to Lakia talking, so when she was talking and kind of giving off like, it was kind of coming off as aggressive, because we barely heard her talk on the season. But anyway, this sums up my video. I'm not gonna talk y'all ear off. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We are growing, officially hit 900 subscribers. I am doing a huge giveaway when I hit 1,000 to show you guys my appreciation. And was y'all babysitting, because I ain't come to play, okay? But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who was best dressed? Who do you guys want to see on season 2? Did you like this reunion? Did you dislike it? Let me know all of you guys' thoughts in the comments. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.